Let's just say, it should have been me, not him! What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, I'm going to have it on me and keep it on me at all times. So, fun fact, here we are to do a breakdown / live action review and analysis of chapter 74 of Ichi the Witch of Descaros, which is known as Let's Go. Oh, the arc may be over. Either arc is over, or this is the biggest like setup flip ever. Chapter 74. Let's go home. Okay, but of course, if we're reviewing a chapter of Ichi the Witch, and I have it on me, and keep it on me at all times, you know, that was weak. What was that? I still don't. Okay, I can't. I'm giving the sides now. You know we got a pre-draw. It's Ichi the Witch. It's peak every week. I'm excited. I'm kind of a bit. I want more Descaros, but it seems like we're cutting away from Descaros based on this first page alone. So let's hope we see more time. Let's hop right into it. You know, just eating Hitsuki like that is crazy. Though, admittedly, I will say this because I was so caught up in the moment of glazing my glorious, amazing, beautiful, strongest. Regardless, I was a little bit too focused on glazing. As many people point out in the comments, yeah, that was a little too easy. And you may be like, whoa, what do you mean too easy? And I mean, it wasn't necessarily that, like, the trial proportionally was easy. Descaros did have to slaughter 10,000 zombies. And while she didn't take any real damage during that, still, it was a difficult trial. But I think it's too easy for Hitsuki's implied, if not flat-out confirmed, narrative relevance. You know what I'm talking about? Like, in terms of where Hitsuki should be, according to what he himself has told us, and the World Hater hasn't outright denied, right? He's the second in command to the World Hater. The right-hand magic, if you will. Because you never want to be a right-hand man. But regardless. Yeah, it was a little bit too easy. So either this is all according to Keikaku. Like here's the thing, right? Especially with the way it was described in last week's comments. There is like a solid 50-50 going on here. Either A, this is all according to Keikaku, and Hitsuki actually wanted to be captured because he can somehow well, not even somehow. We've seen, especially with Uro, and the idea of, like, being in magic circles and the levels of control people have over their magics, like, that can still be a conflict thing. Obviously, Bakjam is just weaker than a lot of the other top-tier magics. Thus, like, he doesn't have the same resistance that an Uro, presumably Hitsuki, would. There's a high possibility that maybe Hitsuki wanted to be captured in the first place to nerf Descaros, somehow interfering with her magic circle, right? Because he is turning into a rock. That doesn't seem like a fake Hitsuki. Doesn't seem like we're going to get a fake out of, like, oh, that was Hitsuki number 2, and like he wasn't actually the reverser magic, or because of the reverser magic he can reverse his own capture or something like that. Like, to be fair, he is still being stonified here, but regardless, there is that. However, it could be the other. Even if this isn't according to Keikaku, then it still doesn't, like, well, no, here's the thing, it has to either all be according to Keikaku / he wanted her to actually fail the trial and be consumed by the zombies, or we're having a misconception, either born of Hitsuki himself or there's more. Because I don't think the World Hater's second in command is really going down like that. Not that easily. Something has to be up with that. What that will be, I hope this doesn't nerf Descaros, man. Please. But let's see. Wow, that was impressive. Descaros acquired Hitsuki. Still, talk about overwhelming power. Yeah, I'm the greatest there is. Yeah, like. We really are double, tripling, quintupling down on Descaros being the strongest, at least the strongest witch. You know, World Hater upscales consistently now happening. Unfortunately, World Hater has unironically, World Hater has turned into the Mihawk of Ichi the Witch right now. Where every single thing we see a character do in Ichi the Witch is now just World Hater upscale. It's like every time a sword shows up in One Piece, like, Mihawk upscale. Now, it's literally just World Hater upscale. No matter what. It's always going to be World Hater upscale. So, Descaros is the strongest, and she was able to go band for band with World Hater, but she didn't have a win con against him. She wasn't able to force out his trial. So, she does have overwhelming power, but she is not the strongest. At least not just yet. But presumably, yeah, the strongest witch. Unless, once again, we see more of the other magical associations. Let's see. Oh, yeah. You know, I got so caught up in the moment of glazing my goat. I was like, oh yeah, Manurva, you are still currently giving birth. Man, that's gotta be, the lose your husband, become a single parent, into birth, true combo? usually the dad leaves after the baby's born. That's great. Okay, I'm sorry. That was terrible. But, darn. Yeah. Yeah, they still need to get Manurva play. Like, can Kabuki wake up and cast, what was it, Heal Light? I think that's what she was using. Please. Someone wake Kabuki. She needs help. Oh no! Manurva! Yeah. I mean, like, it's a good thing the baby's being... Yo, that's even crazier. So the baby... And in fact, I guess it does kind of make sense, because the baby was shown on its side, right? And, like, typically... I believe... I haven't studied biology in a long time. But I believe babies, like, they're usually... They're positioned like this, like head up towards the top. They're, like, feet down. Like you don't want to... Like, a baby shouldn't breach feet first. It's, like, really, really dangerous. So, typically, the baby will begin to turn in the woman's stomach... Or not, well, in their stomach, literally, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm scared of what words I can and cannot say. But it will turn around in there and then begin to enter the head, like, head down in order to pop out normally. So, considering last we saw the baby, when it flexed right before its birth, it's like, don't worry, Dad, I got you. Name me and give you last words to Mama. Then he's literally, like, halfway to the breech position. So, yeah, Minerva's water already broke. And obviously, like, it's not an immediate case of insta-birth, but yeah, she does need a hospital, presumably. Let's see. Oh no, Manurva! Stay calm, you'll be okay. Wake up, Kamugi! Please. Please wake up, Kamugi. Let's see. Stay calm, you'll be okay. No one is after us anymore. Where is Kizashi? Is Kizashi actually dead? I mean, like, it's possible. Like two chapters, like, that could have just been Kizashi's death. But, I feel like something's off. like... I'm getting that feeling, especially that chapter title, Let's Go Home. Something about this. Something's not, like I talked about last review, World Hater could just pop out the sky, right? Because especially if Hitsuki's right, this whole idea of like, Hitsuki went down a little bit too easy. And obviously right now, they technically do have access to the World Hater's staff. So they have his once again, World Hater, I guess all Magics are technically non-binary? Because no. Like, Chrono is male. At least has male body parts to the point where he could reproduce physiologically with a human, presumably through the normal means. Like, I don't think it was magical that led to Madoka. I like, here's the thing. I hear Madoka Magica. Is that how you say it? Madoka Magica. That's how I always hear that anime talked about. I do need to read that, or watch. I'm not sure if that has a manga. It's late now. I don't know. But regardless. Where was my brain going with that? Where was my brain? My brain was going somewhere with that. It's gone. It's gone in that same instant. Let's see. Stay calm. You'll be okay. No one is after us anymore. That. Yeah, I don't know. It feels a little bit too easy. The World Hater could literally pop up and be like, "Hey, that's mine. Also, I still don't like you." Boys, like imagine we go through all this and Minerva still gets boned. I hope not. I hope Chrono just stays gone. And someone did comment a horrific idea that Descaros is like, I have an idea on how to bring Chrono back. No! Keep him gone. Let's see. Oh, all that to say, sorry, there we go. Now I remember. I was talking about how the World Hater, or no, not the World Hater, Chrono has at least physically male parts, presumably, so he could reproduce with Manurva, because I don't think that was like a whole magical thing. I think that was just... And in that case, I'm not sure. The World Hater is pretty androgynous, I'd say, relatively. I'd say male presenting, but like, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. But in that case, presumably they will show up and be like, hey, 2 of my 7 stars just fell. What happened? What happened? He may show up. Let's see. No one is after us. No one's after us anymore. We'll reach the lighthouse soon. You can make it. That is true. Like, man, both literally and figuratively, I could never be pregnant, bro. That's gotta be... Oh! Let's see. Okay, I'll take us as fast as we can go. Everyone, hang on tight. Hold on to Manurva, please. Is Kabuki still knocked out? Like, please help her. Let's see. Oh, okay, Ichi. You all going without me. I'm gonna go get Descaros. Okay, so something is gonna go wrong. Something is gonna go wrong. Huh? You're going to do what? How? I mean, does he still... Well, no, the comments are, like, fused together. How is he gonna get back? Can he fly? Okay, before I turn this page, who could he fly with? Because he hasn't shown flight. I doubt with the Inazuri. Oh, he could, like, ride Uruwashi, because Uruwashi's, like, ice sharks can fly. So maybe he's gonna hop on one of those, but it shouldn't be, like, that should not be fast enough. Because I think it has to be Uruwashi, because I don't think it's Origumo. Couldn't be Origumo. He was knocked out before they started traveling. Can't be Bakjam. Yeah, I think it has to be Urawashi. Let's see. Oh, all right. He's still alive. Okay. I was wondering. I was like, wait, where did he go? Oh, but no, the weapon's gone. That's interesting. Okay, so the weapon's gone, but, huh. So I wonder if that was like, well, maybe it's just not being drawn here, but it could have been auto-summoned back to the World Hater. And World Hater's just looking at the staff being like, what? Wait, where's the, where's Himsky? Let's see. Oh, and someone pointed out, apparently, all the names of the 7-star, or the 2 names we have so far, obviously, the names of the 7 stars apparently correlate to stars in a constellation, quite literally, so 7 stars, and also they're just vaguely Japanese-sounding words. Very interesting, very interesting. And that specifically led to the idea, especially with Madoka being the name chosen for Chrono and Minerva's child, there's this idea that maybe Ichi the Witch takes place in like a post-apocalyptic kind of thing, for Japanese words to be popping up here and there. Let's see. Up, totter. Ah, all right. So she is fatigued. All right. So as powerful and devious and dangerous and diabolical as Descaros is, it still did take a lot of effort to spam all those magics to get through those 10,000 lives and presumably a lot of mental toll to get through, getting through her brother, let's say. And thusly now she is tottering a little bit, like she's a little bit tired and she needs to maintain herself. But what's up, Kizashi? Yeah, buddy. You want to be captured by Descaros? Is it two for one special? Something's really gonna go wrong then. Let's see. Dun dun. Let's see. Hey there, knucklehead. That's one way to put it. Oh, look, Kizashi's like, man. Oh, man. Poor Kizashi, dog. Poor Kizashi. Let's see. Wait, hold on. Leave you be, and you'll be eventually warped out of existence, destroying you. So instead, I'll kill you 100 times quickly and acquire you. If you want to resist, fine. We'll make it a contest. Oh, alright. So even though she is a bit unstable here, who knows, that's maybe Hitsuki's ability is already taking effect, that she's still willing to go band for band with Kizashi. She's like, if you want this fate, and to be fair, I get why, right? Because the big thing before, and this is what we talked about a while ago, before we really got into like this section of the arc. I did believe that Descaros, if she really needed to, probably could have gone band for band with Kizashi enough, and eventually acquired him. The issue was, too many people were around. Like, Gokuraku, Kamugi, Manurva, even Sammy, and Ichi, especially after being knocked out. It simply, like, it would have been too chaotic and grand scale a battle, even for Descaros. Like she couldn't have kept it limited to the chronostasis, and Kizashi would have most certainly attacked the chronostasis in the midst of that. So naturally, I do get, oh yeah, it is spreading throughout his body. Look at the back of his head, but Descaros is confident in her abilities too, and I'm confident in her abilities too. For reason, not even for reason, she's just the strongest. Let's see. Kizashi's looking like, man, I just lost my homeboy, dog. I ain't got time for this. Let me go. I don't know. I'm so confused. I don't know what to do. Or what I'm supposed to do. Or even what I want to do. This is always how it goes. I screw up first, only to realize right after. Oh, oops. That was a mistake. I'm tired of it. Maybe if I let myself go away, I won't have to think so much anymore. Oh man, and this is why. Funnily enough, it's always Ichi the Witch that prompts this dialogue out of me. It's like the perfect visual novel response every single time, each chapter. But it truly is the quality of writing, not necessarily the quantity of appearances, bro. Because for how much I love Kizashi, he is fantastic, and what he says is so true to life. And it is a very real thing that people experience, where they feel like almost everything in their life leads to mistake after mistake after mistake. So they just, like, man, this existing is so difficult. I just don't. Maybe it's easier if I just don't do it anymore. And no, I think none of us asked to be here, as far as I know. I just, my parents are just like, baby, wah, and then suddenly, ba-da-da-ba. But I think the gift of existence, because it is a gift. I'd rather be than not be, let's say. Even with its ups and downs. And I'd say especially with its ups and downs, it is something worth getting through. It is something worth working with. It is something worth living. I always believe that. And there are many times in life where you do need to sit down and reflect and think about who and what you are and what you've done in your actions, and especially the patterned actions, right? Because he's actually talking about this is how it's always go, and this is how it always goes. Over the many, many years he's lived, he's just making the same mistake over and over again. And hey, I have bad habits too that I keep, and I acknowledge they're bad habits, but I still do time and time again. But ultimately, I think it's not, more important is the wrong word. I think it's good. And I'd always recommend to keep living. Always keep living. Because one day, eventually, you won't. And that could be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. I'm pushing it for me, like 80 years from now. But it could be the next instant. The human body in existence is already such a fleeting thing despite its beautiful complexity. And obviously, Kizashi is not human. But still, even his very existence is predicated, presumably, by an end of some sort. Even if it is just the end of the world, if the world hater succeeds. So, I think it's very important to live. But let's see. Because Descaros doesn't seem amused by this, but I wonder what she'll say in response. Considering she also, in fact, if there's any character to probably convince Kizashi to be like, maybe you should keep going, it would be Descaros, who just had to do that herself. Because she almost went into that silent night with her brother. Let's see. Oh. There we go. Beautiful. All right. But it's weird. For the first time ever, I don't want to die. When I got stabbed and the warping started, I hated it. If I die and go away forever, then what Chrono asked of me, his last request, it goes away forever too. I don't want that at all. I know it's too much to ask anymore. It's probably way too late, but I just can't help it. Right now, I really, really want time. Stop hard from the heart. Yeah. Somebody she said has been like, okay, let's keep stabbing pencil. Let's keep hitting him directly. Hit him where it hurts over and over and over again. Make him bleed. And I think I am. Let's see. Give me time to think, please. Well, see the thing, like we don't. Funnily enough, we are what 70? This is 74. We are 74 chapters into Ichi the Witch. But like ultimately, funnily enough, I talked about the inevitability of life, and this specifically applies to humans because I had to clarify that Kizashi isn't human. But technically, we don't know if a magic can be released willingly, right? Like if once a witch completes a trial, we don't know if a witch can be like, all right, I got enough, and just let him go. Like it's not like Pokemon, right? Where if you catch a Pokemon, you can release a Pokemon from the Pokeball, and then they'll just go. You know, sometimes they'll still. If weird conditions will lead them to stick around because of like programming and stuff, but like that's typically how it works in the Pokemon world. And I always compare Ichi the Witch to Pokemon because it's kind of similar in concept, in like vague esoteric terms. It's monster catcher, kind of. Except the monsters are sentient and can speak to you. But regardless, the thing here is that ultimately Descaros capturing Kizashi would give him time to think, years to think, as long as Descaros lives. So eventually, due to mortality, he will still be given more than enough time to think and do what he wants to do after his tenure is up under Descaros. So that is interesting. And obviously, it is in this moment now, it is only through Descaros, or I guess a suddenly arriving Ichi to the moon, I guess, it is only through her that he can fulfill Chrono's wish, right? To help people, to protect people. His power in her hands would be used to protect humanity, protect the weak, right? So this would be good. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Even these drops here, I didn't even think of them as tears. I was like, well, later. I'm like waiting because the staff is gone. Like they're like it's been consistently not drawn so much. I think it just warped back to World Hater once Hitsuki got absorbed. Let's see. Please. There we go. There. All right, but something's gonna. Please, let's see if something happens next page. I want you to acquire me. But that's too, like, okay, either Hitsuki was straight lying or dead wrong, or World Hater's not the final boss. 2 stars in 1 arc? We haven't even, like for reference, for Iruma-kun, the other manga written by Samanishi Sensei, weekly manga, right? I don't even, have we met? I'm trying to, like, rub, like, we haven't had like extensive arcs even with all the 10 kings of that manga. I believe it's more than the 7 stars, but like, and to be fair, the 10 kings aren't necessarily antagonists in Iruma-kun. So like, it's weird. It's weird. I'm trying to think of like a Iruma-kun equivalent of like the World Hater. There isn't. Like, I mean, there is in the terms of like there is an antagonist group in Iruma-kun, but it's structured so different. Like, that's very interesting now. I'm like actively comparing the two. It is structured so differently from what little we know of the World Hater and his posse. So like, I don't know. I'm gonna need more context. Let's see. I already told you. That was the plan from the start, knucklehead. Aw, all right. Hard. And you know what it is? It is very. I think, man. See, this is how everything works in like a big, beautiful Ouroboros in a weird kind of way, especially for Kizashi. The fact that his entire nature is one, at least fundamentally at this point, of destruction. And the only way he can be liberated from a permanent destruction is to still destroy him. Kizashi must now die 103 times. Yeah, literally, he must die 103 times to be freed from a true death. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that absurd? The only thing I'm worried about is that since the corruption and the warping has started on Kizashi, I wonder if his stone will be a little bit warped. And even if Descaros has it, it won't be at full power, something like that. Like, I wonder if there's going to be byproducts to this. Especially considering the World Hater's erasure abilities, even when used through the staff, do seem to be, like, irreversible. Like, I'm not sure, but we'll see. Alright? Okay, 1. Okay, so she's gonna start she's spamming Lazud. And interesting, and I'm guessing it's literally because he's being destroyed, or maybe because he's willingly allowing it to happen. Note how much faster the live counters are going down. Like before, he lost a bunch of lives to Uro, but not as many lives as you'd think for how much havoc Uro is causing when wielding Inazuri. But now, 1 stab through the chest is enough. But that could once again be to his body already technically being in a dying state thanks to the warping, or it could be his willingness to go. Could be a mix of both too. Let's see. Whoop. Okay, Lazud. At least I think this may not be Lazud. This may have been a regular stab, but this is clearly Lazud. I recognize the magic tint here, or the magic design. Let's see. Thunk, 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 thunk. All right. Yeah. See, and like, it is crazy to think of it like that. It is actually insane to think of it like that. The idea that the only way Kizashi can be liberated from not even, what's the word I'm looking for? The only way Kizashi can be liberated from true non-existence is through death. He shall be freed by death. And funnily enough, what? This is a consistent theme of the strongest across narratives, bro. I like that. Now things are, it's funny, not always, because I'm thinking of some strongest who would have preferred to end their narratives not liberated by death. But of another popular series, I won't go into too many spoilers because it's not fully animated yet, but you know what I'm talking about. I've covered it on the channel a bunch. It's another popular series where the strongest types of characters only really experience liberations by death. Now, obviously, this isn't going to be a true death for Kizashi. This is going to be a rebirth, if anything. But his rebirth must come with these deaths. Every single one of them over and over and over again. The agony, the pain of being destroyed over and over and over again. The pain that he's inflicted on who knows how many countless lives. Presumably, all those people that Kizashi Hitsugi was resurrecting from the sea, they were all Hitsugi. As we know, Chrono wasn't a violent magic. He didn't care. So, all that pain that he inflicted is now properly being dealt to him in this one final desperate attempt to live, to be given just a little bit more time to think. Let's see. Oh! How long have you been in these seas? Since way in the past? Oh man, we're flashing back to it. See, I don't mind this. If we're gonna flash back to him, that's perfectly fine. Do not res Chrono. Don't do it. Don't do it. And like notably, I was talking with a friend, and they're like, maybe they're gonna like King Piccolo, and like Piccolo Jr. it. And like I thought about that, and you could technically do it, especially with clearly the kid having the same powers as his daddy, right? Or as their daddy. Do we know the kid's gender? Could be a boy, could be a girl. We don't know. But essentially, the child, Madoka, like presumably they can be like the next second coming of their father, in the sense like they'll be the next Chrono Weaver Magic, essentially, kind of, sort of, halfway, because human hybrid Magic thing. But the closest I'm willing to a Chrono comeback is the Piccolo Jr. We're like, yeah, technically, maybe the kid has memory, but I don't even think so. I think it should just be the child. It should just be a whole separate entity. It should be Goku and Gohan. Except if Goku like actually stay dead. Let's see. Oh! How long have you been in these seas? Since way in the past, or did you just come here? Whichever it is, we both live here now. That means we'll get to see each other a whole lot. You again. I vaporized you last time. How could you believe coming back was wise? I mean, like, I don't know, like, I always talk about the, oh, interesting, she decapitated him that time. Oh, but look, oh, well, no, at least the back of his head, but you can see here, these reses, they are actually seemingly, at least somewhat taking away the spines coming out of him, the warping, but it would be strange. Like, I don't know. I don't fight, you'll never catch me fighting in the forest with a grizzly bear. But if I was eternal, if I was immortal, or even if I had like super regeneration, like say my thing is, imagine someone came to me. If someone came to me, it was like, hey, for the next 100 years or so, you are truly like basically indestructible, not indestructible, but immortal. You will stay in your current physical prime, or you can reach a physical prime, and you will be stuck there. You will never go down. You'll be there for 100 years. If you ever take any sort of physical damage, you will immediately regenerate like nothing happened. You'll still feel pain, presumably. I think Kizashi still feels pain, but he's probably into it. And you'll still go through that, but you will never perish. Someone could rip you limb from limb, you'll be fine. You could be atomized, and you'll just come back. I think I'd also have like a weird, but very intrigued relationship with like pain and interaction, stuff like that. Like I genuinely would, if I knew for a fact I was like truly indestructible, I'd jump off a waterfall. Head first. No diving form or whatever. I just to see what it's like. Yes, I'd skydive with no parachute. Yes, you'd see me fighting in the forest with a grizzly bear. And eventually, after like the grizzly bear gets tired of mauling me, you will have to help the bear. No, I wouldn't help. I wouldn't really attack a bear. I'm not into harming wildlife. I don't really get hunting. But then again, I do eat meat. So I'm a big hypocrite in that sense. But I do get why Kizashi. See, yeah, exactly. Look at this. Exactly because you did. See, I really like strong magics. Plural. So before he met Chrono, he presumably was one of the 7 stars. So this still is a part of Kizashi's history we haven't seen. Because what strong magic would he have encountered at that point? Because this is after the death of Darty, but presumably after the death of Darty, and presumably after meeting the World Hater and joining the 7 stars. Because if he really likes strong magics, what strong magics are you talking about? Let's see. Oh, is he still at 101? Huh. Alright. So all these thunks didn't do anything, so she did have to decapitate him if he's still at 101. Let's see. Slat and moves his head. And you're super duper strong. That means we're friends. Honestly though, I do love a good challenge, and anything, and in the silliest of stuff. Like, you know, I love fighting games, but in fighting games and card games, I'm getting really heavily into Magic right now. I'm part, which is bad. I wish I got into Magic like a year ago. Properly got into Magic because now everything's more expensive. But regardless. I love anything of that, and I do get that, right? You find someone who's on your level in something that you deeply enjoy, and you're like, yeah, I do want that. I want to play with you. Well, that sounds weird, but I do want to interact with you more. I want to hang out with you more in ways I do want to play, right? That is, and of course, violence is Kizashi's play. Let's see. You make no sense to me. Leave. My name's Octobomb. So that's like an extra chapter. Because presumably the name Kizashi... Okay, do I have that backwards? Do I have that backwards? Did the name Kizashi come from... Hold on. Wait, no. Here. Wait, no. Here. I guess not. But... No. Oh, wait, no, it actually is. It is 72. Let me see. As your command, you're no longer necessary. Exclude me. You lost a will. Humans, that won't do. Currency acquired. So I'll destroy you before the witches continue on against you. So you want to be gone. Recognition. Epic Kizashi. So I wonder where the name Kizashi came from, because I thought like Hitsugi had named him that, or like all the world haters had, or all the 7 stars had unique names, but no. So I guess he doesn't recognize the name he's given himself, but he recognizes his actualization as the Octobomb, and that's all Kizashi identified as himself here. Interesting. Let's see. My name's Octobomb. What's yours? Ugh. I'm not gonna leave until you tell me. So what is it, huh? Tell me. As an ambivert person, it's very funny because I guess there are 2 wolves fighting inside me, but there are also 2 wolves presenting outside of me, where like some people will meet me and they'll meet the introverted side of me, the one that's like focused in the middle of work or thinking about something, and we'll still strike up a conversation, become friends from there. But then there are some people who met the extroverted side of me, so I have been on both sides of this, where some people come to me and be like, hey, what's your name? What do you do? I like that. And when we build a conversation from there, and or I'm like, I've been the person to be like, hey, what's your name? What do you do? I like that. So I get both sides of this. Let's see. Tell me. Chrono Weaver. Aw, he did actually give the name. Admittedly, after some pressure of prodding. Don't do this to people. Don't do it. Younger me did it a whole lot, but I realized how rude it is. Now, I will still try to engage with literally anybody I find any remote interesting, because I do believe in human connection. I think it's very, very cool and useful and fun. But at the same time, if someone's like, I do not want to speak to you right now, I'm like, okay, and I leave. It's been very confusing. Funnily enough, though, that has also led to weird interactions where I'll go up, I'll meet somebody, I'll be like, it is bad, because sometimes I'll go up and meet somebody and be like, hey, I'm Pencil. What's your name? Well, I like that. I like the shirt you're wearing. I don't want to talk right now. Oh, okay. Goodbye. And then I walk away, and they'll be like, hey! I'll be like, yeah? Like, that's it? I was like, yeah, that's it. You said you didn't want to talk. And I get it. It's like, especially for some people, it's like, oh, they want something. I'm like, no, I like human connection. That's my thing. I'm good on my own everywhere else. Let's see. Chrono? Yay! You told me your name, and I told you mine. Awesome. We're besties now. If only we're that simple. Let's see. No, we are not. I love what Chrono doesn't say besties, as if he doesn't know what that is. He's like, I know what besties means. No, we are not. Let's see. Oh, why? Let's talk lots and lots, Chrono. Oh, in the comparison of the joy in his eyes here versus the listlessness of his eyes here. Oh, down to 6. Descaros is moving quick. Let's see. 25. 1. Yo, Ichi, do not kill Steel, bro. And I swear, Ichi, if you kill Steel, my boy, don't kill Steel. I mean, Ichi and Kizashi would be a cool combo, but don't kill Steel, please. Oh, wait, then he could be friends with Uro. Then he could interact with Uro. That could actually be cool. Let's see. 60 to 25. Descaros moving quick. Maybe if I remember each time, one by one, what you said will start to make sense. He still doesn't understand it. And like, I do get that, right? It's very hard to change people's worldviews. I think of me all the time, naturally. The only person I can self-reflect on in terms of like my own personal shifting opinions, in terms of self-reflection. But I think of like some beliefs I used to hold versus the beliefs I hold now. And it's like, wow, very strange. And of course, a lot of that just comes from a lack of knowledge and information, or like a reinterpretation of knowledge I already had. So like now, I think I'm not gonna go deep into things that have shifted, but now I'm much more broad scale, let's say, in terms of my understanding of knowledge as I've gotten older. So I do get it to change oneself, especially after you've held yourself to a certain position or standard for a very, very long time. It's hard, it's difficult, and you do need to reflect a lot and think a lot on what, especially if someone is trying to convince you of something, and you're willing to do it, to still change what could arguably be a fundamental piece about you. It is difficult. We'll start to make sense. Oh. Yo. Let's see, I read the bar first. Hey, do you think I can ever really understand Chrono? it's gonna be very interesting, because technically, the thing that helped Chrono develop and truly become the being he was at the end of his life was an actual connection with a human. Ultimately, by becoming part, as Descaros says here, think it over as much as you want inside the abyss. Laputa! Can I say that? Lapta? I'm gonna say Lapita. The previous one, let's know. But that means something. That means something bad. But and look at that. The corruption, at least here, is drawn is fully gone. So the refreshes did actually help him. But I think Kizashi will never understand Chrono in this life. But I think he either will learn as Descaros uses him, and or once he's freed, but after the narrative, at the end of Descaros' life, and then truly goes on to bond with somebody that he considers weak again. I think then he'll be able to understand. But maybe it'll happen in Descaros' lifespan. I feel like that's like if since Kizashi is such a great character, I think we are going to see more of him used through Descaros, and presumably he will begin to understand what it means to protect the weak, even as one is strong. I think he'll learn. Let's see. Oh, very interesting stone. All right. Whoop. So yeah. No World Hater appearance, at least not so far. I actually really like that stone design too. Interesting, and it's not corrupted at all. No, not even a hint of the corruption. So yeah, I know, working out seemingly so far. All right, catches it. Oh, Descaros is so fine, bro. Let's see. Yeah, I'm assuming Descaros is heavily fatigued here. Like we do know Descaros does have a stamina limit, right? Like technically, she was in a bind against Uro because she was running out of energy, and Uro was never taking any damage. His heart couldn't be pierced, and we know against the World Hater, she did need Togais to come and help and clutch up because she was just getting tired, and the damage that was done to her was mattering. Meanwhile, the damage on the World Hater was like, bro, literally had his head in his hands, was like, and just kept punching. What's it? Oh yeah, so she's out of energy. So yeah. All right. So actually, you know what that means? Well, to be fair, she did go through the 10,000 people as well and was spamming a lot of magic there. But it means if she had to fight Kizashi when he had way more lives, I think she actually would have lost. That's interesting. So once again, more World Hater upscale, but and I'm guessing Ichi's gonna catch her, but more World Hater upscale. While it was 10,000 lives she had to barrage through, we know she was going through like tens of lives at a clip, right? Assuming, let's say she had to go through tens of lives, tens of times. So she had to use 10 times 10 attacks in order to get through, well, no, it was 10,000. So let's say she takes tens of lives in every attack. So that was technically 10 times 10. So it was probably a bare minimum like 1,000 attacks that she was launching off. And the attack on Hitsugi, and absorbing Hitsugi, and then spamming through all of Kizashi's lives, spell over spell over spell. So yeah, obviously I get Descaros is extremely tired. Maybe she could have beat Kizashi, but it is, now with this, it is more debatable. But you can see, she was already tottering earlier in the chapter. Now she's just flat out of energy. So she I wonder if she'd die here though. Like she hit the water. Obviously she's not going to. She's gonna be caught by Ichi. But let's see. Okay, that was a lot, even for me. Boom, falls. But note how she doesn't let go. She truly is willing to keep Kizashi and help him understand, because she does not let go even as she falls. Let's see. Fall. Yeah, that's my. Oh, that plot point came back around, and that's what we call that is what we call a Chekhov's gun being fired. It's cinema, bro. It's so cinema. It's so cinema. That is a Chekhov's gun being fired on the broom, that unwieldy thing that no one could wield. I wonder. So how did he summon it to? Like that's how fast is that thing? That thing has to be infinitely faster than the comments for him to get back that distance. All right, Descaros. Oh, yep, he's got her. Dangle. Hey, quit shaking. You really are a wild one. That was way too close to Kizashi. Hey, quit shaking. You really are a wild one. How did you summon it? Ichi, how on earth did you summon it? I mean, like, very cool, though. It did answer his call. It was like, hey, yo, it is, unironically, he's kind of like Nimbus. Except, I don't, like, did he yell broom? How did he summon it? Let's see. Oh. Okay. Where was it though? I'll be. I kind of like that. Where I mean, honestly, I would have preferred. Oh well, let me read it and then I'll talk about how I'm like, kind of iffy, 50-50. Let's see. Good thing I asked Joe, Love Joe, before we left. and borrowed the flight broom. Where was it? Where did you have it? With like I mean, I'm gonna what I'll do. I'll go back and look. I'm not gonna super critique this chapter on this because it was set up right. The broom was set up as a Chekhov's gun. Literally, it's on the walls waiting to be fired. But I don't know where he had it. I never seen him take it. I thought it was left there. I thought like he had just called it to himself, but no, he did have it apparently the entire time. I don't know. Maybe he shrunk it. Actually, it may have been in the bag. Because we do know Kamuki has that spell where she's like, oh, the bag's actually way bigger on the inside. So maybe it was that. Maybe Pop ripped Kamuki's bag open, or maybe he has his own bag with that spell in it, and he pulled it out. I'll give it that, mainly because this chapter's too peak for me to really complain otherwise. Let's see. I'm sorry, Descaros. I didn't mean to be late. Come on, let's go home. Oh, she's just straight knocked out. World Hater, please don't spawn. Yo, I swear if I turn this page, the World Hater's right behind it, please. Okay. Alright. So he couldn't care less. Alright, so Hitsuki's gotta have a backup plan, bro. Because the World Hitter not caring at all? Didn't show like this is the perfect time for him to show up. But no. Alright, let's see. Team Descaros status. Descaros, fatigued from overuse of magic. Unconscious. That's crazy though. You know? I say that's crazy because I read this here too. Minor injuries conscious. The thing here, Descaros has no injuries. She didn't take any damage from any of the conflict she was in. Except, seemingly no. I thought she took at least minor damage from the zombies, or at least a little bit. No injuries, not even minor. She legit just wild out a little bit too hard. She was flexing a little bit too good. How is Ichi carrying her? Is he barrel carrying her? I guess he, like, wait, I literally can't tell here. I think he is just like, huh. Let's see. Reverse of magic acquired. Octobomb magic acquired. Both by Descaros though. So Ichi Ichi did get a massive technical buff this arc and a possible continuous nerf. As one of many ASMR pointing out, the idea that Uro can pop out at any moment, right? Like whenever Ichi's unconscious or reses from a 3-day use of Uro can pop out. Like obviously that is set up for Uro possibly taking control more in the future. So that is technically a big buff, but also, a big caveat buff, right? So he didn't get any magics though. That's actually very interesting. Descaros ended up getting both magics. So the strongest already got Giga buff with 2 extremely powerful magics. Let's see. Ichi, minor injuries. Conscious. Yeah, because he didn't, unironically, can I say he didn't do much? When would he have gotten hurt? Huh? Yeah, I bet, maybe from just damage from poo. Let's see. Gokuraku, major injuries. Conscious. Only minor injuries? Kamuki, you're built like that? Yo, Kamuki upscale? Because remember, she got gut shot by Pooh. She was legit. Oh, that's why she's unconscious. So, she only has minor injuries? No internal bleed? Alright. But Gokuraku, yeah, he did take a lot of damage. Let's see. Because he was given multiple back shots by Pooh. Let's see. Bystander Jishirone status. Fatigued from overuse of magic. Conscious. Yep. And the feathers in the way. Manurva's literally just bits of getting birth dog. Let's see. Chrono Weaver magic. Destroyed. Yeah, that's crazy too. Let's see. Oh. The cursed water of the pendulum seas. Clear and calm. Manurva Madoka. Is Minerva her last name? Let's see. Oh wait, no. Minerva period Madoka. Alright. Minerva Madoka. In protective custody. Mission complete. And then the chrono. So his trial must have had something to do with the ship. Because now that the ship has no one to take care of it or keep it suspended in time, it sinks down to the depths. Alright.
Shock horror. Man glazing Ichi the witch.
Yeah. What's a peak chat? Like, y'all know what I'm like. Y'all know what I'm like. Y'all know what it is. I love this chapter. Maybe, unironically, outside of my mind a little thing about the broom, but I gaslit myself quickly into an answer about that, so I don't even care about that. This back chunk of the chapter, this here, well, not poor Manurva, still being the lose your husband into birth true combo. I feel horrible for her. That's got to be terrible, emotionally and physically. But specifically, this interaction here with Kizashi and Descaros, and specifically these two who struggled. Descaros just struggled, and presumably has been struggling for years with this notion of doing something for someone else that you don't want to do, right? This concept that you struggle to understand. Descaros ultimately, as she has admitted, only became a witch because her brother wanted her to. As much as she had the talent for it, it wasn't really her thing, but because her brother asked her to, praised her to, and brought her to it, she is. And now she lives and does this for her brother. And obviously, eventually, presumably, she's going to do it for her own passion. Well, even if she does, I think it still is a part of it. As Descaros does it because she likes it. But still, even still, a lot of it comes as a motivation from her brother. To see the parallel of that being mirrored by Kizashi, who, for all intents and purposes, they were besties and they were brothers. For Kizashi and Descaros to move on in the future together as two beings moving forward to understand something as the dying wish of two people they deeply cared for and even loved. That's beautiful. So as much as I would have liked Ichi to get buffed by the end of the arc by getting a really powerful magic, one, I do think narrative balancing wise, Ichi shouldn't have gotten any of the magics that appeared here. He shouldn't have gotten Hisaki, he shouldn't have gotten Kizashi, and he really shouldn't have gotten Chrono. So power wise, Ichi ending the arc not much more powerful makes sense as all the magics involved. This is truly like unironically Land of Waves arc. Like, yeah, obviously Naruto wasn't going to take down, or shouldn't have taken down Zabuza or Haku on his own without special extra conditions. Same thing here for Ichi. So, these two characters bonding together, beautiful. Descaros doing everything she can in her power to do what is right, and to continue and to give this poor being time, yet still struggling herself from all she's done, and falling down only to be saved by Ichi. The hope, the light, the future that's guided her along and given her hope and maybe even helped restore her genuine interest in magic. Beautiful. The witch Chekhov's gun being fired. Nice. Could have been. Part of me wishes we could have, but no, I think the surprise of it makes it worth it. So I really don't even have any complaints about this. Ichi showing up to save Descaros on the broom. Very, very nice. It was set up nice at the start of the arc, set up here, and being resolved here. Very, very nice in the end. Obviously, I hope we get to see Madoka be born. Well, not literally. I mean, I'd be maybe sure it was like a sense of us to draw that, but I mean, I'm down for whatever they want to draw. But that aside, beautiful chapter. Literally a 10 out of 10 for your boy. So, if you've been always seeing this video, please do me a favor and leave mission complete in the comment section down below. I want to thank you so much for watching. Please remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that lethal notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also even have a Patreon below, use more me for as low as $1 a month, getting exclusive videos, early content, and more. You also now become a member of this channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Some of those perks include the live reactions here this Tuesday I'm to review, ad reactions of all my videos, early ad free access to my videos, early ad free access to all my videos on the main channel, and also the second channel that got the Doc Sean, linked in the description down below, along with linked in the upper right hand corner. On top of that, I do a link to my Ko-Fizzly in the description down below. You have 5 minutes short video or 25 minutes long video, and also you get your name at the end of every single video if you're a Patreon member. $3 members and patrons are higher, you get their name listed and read aloud at the end of every single video. And Twitch down below. That guy with the controller. Stream every Friday, 8 p.m. ES Tizzle. I'm silking it right now, but we're going to play a whole bunch of games. We do a whole bunch of yapping over there. It's a fun time. But now, I want to thank you so much for watching. Once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with the Pencil, writing off. Alright, lady, thank you to our sketch tier members: Eternal Flame, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Glacier XZ, Zera, J2MA, Bura Ura, Yuki Ally, Grim, Ollie, The Boy, Corey Watson, Damon Brown, Dino, Tim Thomas, Kaving, ORXN, Logan Guzman, Dead Meme, Keon Stewart, Donovan McIntosh, BNA DNA, Edwin Ingbi Straw, Antavius Mitchell, Super Flame Zero, Weary Exile, Alex Kenny, Todd, The Practical One, Landon Clapwick, Heath Nelson, CAET, Jagoda, Plant Crone, Striker Man, Brendan Payne, Black Sage, Multi-Batman Superman, Zalims, Joe B, Sleepin' John, The Young Family Pastel Pandora, Mo City King DKG, Andream Bonet, Akolade Babatunde, Romano Furin, Sky XT, Victor Jacobs, Axis XC, Osin Tabwit BDM, Kingly, at JDog2656, Union Eye, Marisol Boyd, Funny Dude, Benzi Shear, Magic, Sino King, Shish King, Aswin Hedi Placetia, JMB KD, and CCC. Then, let's give a thank you to our line art tier patrons: A+A, Dread Zoan, Kevin Encarnacion, Lil Kodo, Midnight Lord 21, and Sean. Then, let's give a thank you to our ink tier member, Shrimpo the 4th Shrimp 06. Then, let's give a thank you to our digital art tier members, J Warrior and AZ Void. And I'd like to give a final thank you to our colored art tier patrons, Walking Minos, and Ernesto 430.